Healthy Rebel Radio is sponsored by the Healthy Rebel app. 300 plus secretly healthy, delicious, mouth-watering dessert and treat recipes made with all-natural, whole food ingredients. Now available for download on the App Store and Google Play. Find out more details at healthyrebel.com.
Welcome to Healthy Rebel Radio. I'm your host, Dr. David Deiser. I'm here with my Damie Health Healthy Rebel co-founder, Amy Lane. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
First baby bump photos are out.
Mm-hmm.
Tulip Festival 2016. Done by yours truly.
Uh-huh, you did a great job.
Yeah, they're alright.
People were like, kudos to the photographer.
I think you look incredible.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, people have been giving me lots of compliments.
I know.
It's amazing how it's a photo of your incredible baby bump. And the photographer is getting the...
Well, it's just annoying. You're just good at too many things.
Okay.
Photography is supposed to be my thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be doing a full healthy vegan pregnancy, my experience update next week. So if there's anything that you want included, like any questions that you want me to cover, any ideas you have, leave your questions on the blog in the comments, and I'll try to go over everything. I'm going to go over what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, what I eat, what I...
Can you give us a little synopsis right now? How are you? I mean, you're 19 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going?
Good. Way better.
Pretty good. Way better, right?
Yeah, way better. But I'm going to go over everything I'm eating, the things that I've purchased that I can't live without, things we purchased for baby, things that are making my life easier, what I'm eating and drinking.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be exciting.
Well.
That'll be interesting for me, too.
Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? How are you doing so well?
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, it's awesome. Okay, so baby bump photos, those are on the Facebook page.
Yes, you can see and they'll be included in next week's baby bump roundup as well. But yeah, or you can go to our Facebook page and just comment on the baby bump photo if you have a question, or if you want to guess the sex of the baby, which a lot of people are doing, so that's fun.
Definitely.
Because we're going to be doing the big gender reveal with this podcast and blog post as well.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully some pictures. The only problem with the update pictures I've been taking is I haven't been taking nice update photos. It's just the only time I think of it is either when I'm getting into or out of the shower.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have makeup on, and usually my hair is wet, and sometimes I'm in my underwear, and I'm just taking them for us to be able to watch the progress. So
yeah, for sure.
I have to figure out if I'm going to share that or what out of that I will share.
We can do some new ones too around here.
Yeah, I mean, but the progression from, because I have literally the few days before, because I hold myself to the same standard as what I get my clients to do. I take photos of myself, usually just in my underwear, to see where I'm at, because I don't do the scale. So I was doing that prior to getting pregnant. So I have like 2 days before I got pregnant, up in every week.
Wow.
Till yesterday.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be really interesting to see when they're all together.
Yeah, so we'll see what I can share and what I can't. It's really tricky,
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to share it, but, they do look intimate.
Yeah, you don't want to put your bare bum out there.
At the same time, something weird happens to you when you're pregnant, you don't care.
No,
you're like,
yeah.
You're just like, I'm into it. I'm finally really okay with this situation. I don't know. It's very empowering.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Which I never thought I would be.
No, I didn't expect that for you. I
Me
mean, you're
neither.
not really like a naked person.
I'm not a naked person at all. Like, I am a clothes all the time person. So, it is very shocking.
Yeah, that is.
But, yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so next week. That'll be 20 weeks.
It'll be 5 months, and we'll know the sex.
So exciting.
Yes.
This week is our first giveaway on the show. Oh, I should mention, facebook.com/DamieHealth.
Yes.
That's where everything
Join
is.
our community. I share stuff there all the time.
Yeah, it's a great
including
community.
all the podcasts, all the blog posts, just like motivation, stuff that strikes us, everything we're doing, personal updates, not personal updates. We share it all.
Nice. Okay. It's also on Instagram. Instagram.com/.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as big a community. I use that basically as like a photo. I don't know. I just use that as like art.
Yeah.
The highlights of my life.
But the real community is on Facebook.
The community's on Facebook. But I mean, please follow me on Instagram as well. I'd love.
Yeah, don't just stay away from Instagram.
No. I mean, but just that is more like my, just the art version of what I see in my life. It's not like.
Very cool.
Exactly.
You do a really good job.
My daily life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we're at the start of our first giveaway for Healthy Rebel Radio. We've done this before for in Damie Health. We've done tons and tons of giveaways, but this is our first one for this show specifically.
Yeah.
We're doing we have a 21-day vegan cleanse,
which is awesome.
Which is excellent. Great way to learn how to go vegan. Great way to do a spring cleanse. Great way to
reset your body.
Feel incredibly healthy, all these things.
And especially this time of year. Like, this is the best time of year to do a cleanse reset. And it's so gentle that and you're eating so much delicious food and you feel so vibrant that it changes your mind about what cleansing is. That's the other thing. Because we're
really not into aggressive cleansing. We've been through most of them. And sometimes it's just really helpful to tighten up the diet in this way.
And this is for vegans, meat eaters, everybody. This isn't for, you don't have to want to be a vegan to do this. I've had, couples where they are very, they eat meat. They're not intending on not eating meat, and they'll do the cleanse, once or twice a year, and they love it.
Yeah.
So it's not it's not propaganda to try to get you to go vegan. I'm never trying to push anybody to be anything, except for drink water and eat more vegetables.
And sleep.
And sleep, lots.
Yeah.
But, it's an incredible time of year for it. If you want to feel lighter, if you want to feel, see your skin become more clear, if you want to clear up your skin, if you want to see your waist shrink, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I'm very envious that everyone gets to do this time of year.
Yeah,
I'd be doing it right along with everyone. And it's for free if you participate in the giveaway.
Free is always good.
I'm telling you, I love this ebook. I'm very proud of it.
It's great. Leave us a review, iTunes or Stitcher. Tell us what you think of the show. Leave us your nice words. I mean, we've been getting most of them via email and on Facebook. Love reviews. So now it's time we just need to put them on iTunes. So let's put them on iTunes, put them on Stitcher, screenshot your review and send them to contact@damiehealth.com and I'll send you the bundle. And
we appreciate all the private emails that we've received, and we've received a ton. The only reason that we're asking them now to be public on these forums is we have to participate in how you spread the word about your show.
Oh yeah, and we realize that podcasting is quite new and much of our community is just getting into it.
Oh, for sure. And our goal always is just to reach as many people as humanly possible, and this is what we're told how to do it. So, those reviews that you've sent us privately that are so beautiful and so kind and so uplifting, we'd love for those to be public on those two forums. Screenshot it, send it to contact@damiehealth.com, and within, 24 to 48 hours, you will be emailed your cleanse.
Yeah.
And, there you go.
If you're listening to the show on the blog and you're not sure about how to get into iTunes and leave comments and all these things, you don't know how to do screenshots, just email me, same email address, contact@damiehealth.com. I'll get back to you right away and walk you through it.
Perfect.
That's it. Let's get started with today's show. One major story to go through today. This is about allergy medications. This is a study that came out last year of people who are over the age of 70, but this year follow-up research has been done. What they found was people who are on these specific allergy medications, usually the first generation, the ones that are drowsy, if you were over 70 and you're on it for 3 years, you're at a higher risk for dementia and Alzheimer's.
Wow.
I mean, this
is a very personal tie for you.
It's super personal because I was on drowsy allergy medication before the second generation ones came out for about 10 years. And while I was on them, I, of course, didn't have any allergic symptoms, which was excellent. However, I felt extreme fatigue. I felt brain fatigue. I felt brain fog. I felt, I didn't feel like I was as cognitively there as I could have been. And, however, my motivation was really strong, and I think that's why I did well. And the mechanism by which these work actually, even though they can make you feel brain fog, your motivation still maintains because the neurotransmitter changes. So it's interesting that I felt that because I was very motivated as a child.
But you were very frustrated by that, by the feeling of you felt like your brain wasn't working at the level. And it's amazing that you were awake to that because a lot of people aren't. They think that's just who they are. And that's what drove you to go off them after 10 years, did it not?
It is, yeah, it is. Well, I felt like I had to work extra hard to be excellent academically. So I worked extra hard and became excellent academically. But, now we're seeing that, okay, we already knew that drowsy allergy medications made people, sedated. They made people, their memory not to be as sharp, their focus not to be as sharp. But now we're seeing that there's actually physical changes in the brain. And this is what just recently came out. Now, this is just in elderly, and it's not a causation. And we're not saying go off your allergy medications. If you're on any of these guys, you need to talk to a physician. You can't just stop them. But what you want to do is just bring up some of this new stuff that's come out since 2015 of March.
But the hope you do want to give is that you were someone that was on them for 10 years because you had such intense allergies, and now you are a person that doesn't take anything for allergies, and as long as you maintain your lifestyle, you don't have symptoms. That's
exactly right. And that's what I wanted to get to today. We've talked about it a few times, what my triggers have been, and what has actually, influenced my immune system to be a certain way. I haven't had allergic symptoms in a very long time. Now, I was at a conference last week, and we're going to be talking about probiotics and their effect on the immune system. But what really struck me interesting was the immunology we did and the update and the refresher with the new research about T regulatory cells and really going through what allergy shots are. What is low-dose allergy treatments? So I'd like to cover a bit of that today. I mean, the idea being you want to avoid the allergens. I mean, that's the core of treating allergies.
And the thing that I've learned from observing your journey is what really amazes me is the things you were allergic to were the things that most people that have severe allergies that are triggered to go on allergy medication are triggered by. The seasonal changes in weather. Now, the way that you stopped reacting to those seasonal changes in weather was from completely eliminating dairy and animal protein.
Yeah.
And really, you're not conscious of it, but you don't eat gluten either.
Gluten, well, I do. As of more recently, I have been. And I think we have to add something else to my category, and I think it's got to be sugar.
Yeah, and sugar is definitely a trigger for you. So the amazing thing is you reduce those things out of your diet, and the only things now that sneak back in, you never eat meat, gluten isn't a huge thing. Once in a while, because you do love treats, you'll have sugar and you'll have dairy. Now, and what I've witnessed is then you will have a reaction to those pollens, the things that you used to.
Yes.
But once you cleanse that back out again, it goes away.
Exactly.
And that's the amazing thing, because I feel like a lot of people don't stick with the going off dairy or going off sugar because it doesn't resolve, they think, their allergies, right? So they're like, but this doesn't help the pollen on the tree, so what's it matter?
Right.
But it's about that your immune system would get low because you don't know how to deal with those foods, and then you would react to the pollens. I mean, it's just so cool. And I'm sorry that I've used your life.
No, it's important.
It's been amazing to witness because I've actually witnessed it with you. And the whole thing, like I've witnessed you have a bunch of dairy, a bunch of sugar, and then the next day I see you go outside and you're scratching your skin, your eyes are red, and you're stuffed up. And I'm like, this is amazing.
I know. It's so interesting. So what we're seeing is the immune system becomes extremely vigilant to these, whatever you're allergic to. For me, it's environmental pollens, sure. But when you have this inflammation caused by whatever the bombardment in the small intestine might be, the immune system, very superficially, mucous membranes can become very sensitive to what your allergies may be. And, in the past, I have had zero allergic symptoms except for, like you said, around times of having dairy or those types of things. And this year specifically, I was very shocked to find out that sourdough bread and maple butter.
Yeah.
These guys have never been a part of my diet, really. This combination.
Never.
I mean, I've had maple butter, obviously I'm obsessed. But rarely had enough for it to be like a part of my life for more than a couple weeks. But this year we got a really good shipment in, and I've actually had some allergic symptoms.
It's just amazing. And what's amazing to witness is that when you don't do those things,
yeah,
and we spend so much time in nature, and I mean submerged in nature, you and I.
We live in the woods for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have a reaction. It's just absolutely amazing. No one would believe it from the guy that was on these medications that had to be driven to take medications for 10 years. No one would believe that you could heal your immune system like that.
Mm-hmm.
No one would believe that.
No, I know.
It's amazing. It's a miracle to witness.
Yeah. I mean, immunology is very, very interesting, and you know, I'm getting more involved into it now, of course, after this conference and with my practice, because, you know, we're seeing the benefit of doing low-dose therapies to get through allergies. And then, of course, avoidance of these things that increase the immune system. So that's the benefit of doing naturopathic medicine. You're not just getting, you've got allergies, you get a medication, it suppresses the symptoms. Now we know that some of those medications, the ones that are being studied in the elderly, are causing dementia. That's scary.
That's really scary. So what's going on there?
Well, basically what they've seen is, and this is the follow-up study from this year, they were looking at brain changes from doing these medications for so long. They found that people who were on them for 3 years, who are over the age of 70, their brains were 4% smaller than those who didn't. And the actual cavities in the brains were 12% larger. So there was the extra space, and they saw that also major changes in the hippocampus where memories are stored. So actual significant physical changes caused by the suppression of acetylcholine. They're anticholinergic. The ones that are first generation have widespread anticholinergic activity. That's what causes you to be sedated, because they block H1. It's a whole neurological pathway. But the point is, it's causing brain changes to the extent of decreased metabolism in the brain. Decreased metabolism of glucose, inability to, therefore, keep the cells healthy, clear toxins, that kind of thing. Keep the energy within the cell optimally functioning. Which then you obviously have poor detox in the brain, which causes Alzheimer's because the plaques don't get cleared. Crazy.
It's just scary. It just makes me wonder, like, if you had kept with your path, and you would have been on it, what, 20 years?
I would most likely have switched to a first generation non-sedating, but we don't have research on those
that's
yet.
What I was going to say. Even so, we don't know what's going on there, but you would have had 10 years of the other under your belt, then 10 years of another, this new version.
Who knows what brain changes, because we're not doing...
That's what's scary.
We're not doing MRIs of people's brains who are just taking allergy meds. In Canada, these are, you just go into the pharmacy and grab them off the shelf.
And we know people that have been on these things for decades. And you just wonder what this could be doing to their mental...
Yeah, and I was doing some extra research this morning, because we know the second generation ones are pretty good at just blocking IgE, just blocking the receptor that's responsible for the reaction to allergies. However, there's tons and tons of case studies all over the place of these second generation ones causing people to be drowsy, causing these other anticholinergic symptoms, where they shouldn't be getting them. Mm-hmm. They're having more action than what we know of their actual goal to be. So it's tricky when you take something internally that's for a very specific receptor. Everyone is a little different. Everyone's processing these things a little differently. I don't know. I'm now that I know about the immune system and I know about how it works, I just think that there's so many other things that can be done. I mean, I've been through it. Yeah,
and the hardest part is trying to get people to do what it takes to test out if it works for them. Mm-hmm. People are really unwilling to drop sugar, dairy, gluten, and commit to that. I mean, there's people in our lives that know us and know how much your life has changed, and they still have no interest in making those adjustments. Mm-hmm. We have many cases of people that we adore that just are unwilling to make those changes, and it's sad because they could feel infinity times better.
Well, we've been trained to act this way. I mean, we're giving these medications, and all of a sudden we don't have a runny nose. It's like instant.
I know, but it's just scary. Because you're suppressing a symptom, not the cause.
Well, the problem is with many of the nasal sprays and inhalers. Nasal sprays for allergies. There's rebound allergies. You're not supposed to use these things for long term. But the tabs, the capsules, the actual oral medications people are using long term because it's been deemed safe. But I don't think we really know.
We don't.
As much as we should know.
We don't. It's that thing where you can almost see it now, where we're going to learn, 10, 20 years from now, oh my gosh, it has this terrible effect, and then it's just too late. And then that news is never as big as, like, the use Claritin, it'll help you. Mm-hmm. It's never as loud. It's never equal.
Yeah.
We see it all the time. They backtrack off medications, and the warnings aren't out there nearly as loud. You almost have to find them.
I know.
Or hearsay, or someone tells you. I mean, it should be advertised as loud as it was when it was recommended.
Oh, and the major problem is that where the promotion's coming from is usually people who are highly respected. Like, I've got many patients. There's also, this study also, you'll see if you read through it, but there's also sleep medications that are involved, having the exact same effect, certain sleep meds.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I know so many people that have talked about what goes on when they take sleeping medications.
Oh, your brain just shuts down.
I mean, just to talk about a celebrity that's very public and honest about it is Chelsea Handler. Like, her friends actually started to think, like, she had a brain tumor. She was starting to actually kind of lose it from using these certain sleep pills every night. Like, she wasn't functioning properly. And she talks about how, after having a full night's sleep, she got up the next day and got in her gardener's car and drove it to work. Didn't even realize it was her gardener's car.
Wow. She
was sitting at dinner with her friends, and they ordered appetizers, and they were sitting there talking, and she called the waitress over and said, okay, we'll have her bill now.
Oh my goodness.
And they're like, Chelsea, we didn't eat yet.
Wow.
Like,
scary stuff.
Scary. She said my brain wasn't working anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's just foggy, like not right. And that's scary.
Just not right. And
for a 40-year-old woman.
And you're not going to get an MRI for that. You're not going to get a brain scan. You're not going to be compared to the normal person for your age and your gender. At that point, it's really not going to happen. So we don't know for sure, and we don't have good testing to assess what neurotransmitters have been altered, and to what extent. So really, we're just going based on symptoms, and that's a scary symptom.
It's very scary. It's scary and some people are in such a fog, I don't think that they realize that they're in it.
Oh, totally. Oh, and
that's
what I'm trying to get at here is this advice is coming from the top level, and the people at the top level are just doing their best with the information they have. I completely understand that, but I've got a ton of people coming to me with sleep problems who have been advised to take Benadryl every night for sleep. Mm. Now, Benadryl in different countries has different ingredients. The ingredients in this study are included in Benadryl in many different countries. Therefore, people who are taking Benadryl for sleep, if they're in the countries that have this medication in the Benadryl, they're going to see changes. If they're over 70, we know for sure because there's a correlation. We don't know about causation, sure, but we know about correlation. And we don't know about younger people. We don't know what that's doing. So people who are taking Benadryl every night for sleep, I mean, there's better options out there, and I would recommend getting that assessed by someone. Yeah. Yeah. It's heavy. This is heavy stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's really important because I'm extremely passionate about brain function and immune function, and now we're just constantly seeing the connection between the two. I mean, we know about mind-body medicine. We know about the ability for the mind to change the brain. But what about the immune system's role in all this, and where is it coming into play?
It's at the very least, it's a red flag that should be taken seriously.
What we've seen as being benefit, vitamin C, quercetin, all these things for allergies, you can speak to someone, speak to your physician, speak to your naturopath about them. But just general health stuff, just assess and see if your symptoms are reduced by avoiding the common triggers of inflammation in the body. Right now we know GMO gluten, sugar, for many people, it's dairy that have been treated with antibiotics. Mm-hmm. It's dairy that have been treated with growth hormone. It's all these different things. We're seeing inflammation. We're seeing the immune system become more sensitive to allergens. These are simple changes to make, and they're easy and safe.
But you have to stick with it long enough to see.
Oh yeah, 3 weeks to 3 months.
The healing effect. It's
mm-hmm. It doesn't happen overnight.
No, you have to stick with it long enough for the cells to turn over, your body to rejuvenate, and for everything to readjust.
Your immune system has to reset. It has to get used to, because it's been conditioned since the age of about 18 months to know what is foreign and what is self. Yeah. It makes that decision really at that 18-month mark. And it just goes with it forever. It doesn't really learn much from there, but you need to teach it. That's pretty much it. Well, I mean, I'm sure we'll end up covering this again because if you can't tell.
Well, I mean, it has such personal ties for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I'm so happy that you were awake to it at such a young age and were driven to go off it because you know, that's amazing. Oh,
and I have to share this one story. My most surprising case of this was doing. I do food sensitivity in my clinic. If you know about food sensitivity testing, it's a very difficult thing to do large trials of because you have to eat a certain way before doing the test, and everyone's immune system is very different. However, this one person with allergic symptoms ran the test, noticed they're very sensitive to oranges, I've never seen it before, I've never seen it again. They avoided the orange juice they were drinking every single morning, and their seasonal allergies went away in allergy season without doing anything else. It's the only thing we did.
That's what I'm saying.
And I see this. This is an N of 1. This is one case, but I see this. You'd be surprised, like literally all the time.
No, I've witnessed it through you, and it's just absolutely amazes me.
Yeah, it's exciting. That's Healthy Rebel Radio for today. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.
See you.
Healthy Rebel Radio is presented by the online health and wellness center, DamiHealth.com. Since 2009, Amy Lane has successfully coached thousands of women through her signature program, the Bikini Body Program. Join today to work exclusively with Amy to unveil your greatest yet to be from the inside out. Go to DamiHealth.com for more information.
Thank you for listening to Healthy Rebel Radio. Please connect with us on our community pages on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram, all at the handle @DamiHealth. For weekly recipes, articles, and all our episodes straight to your inbox, join our newsletter at DamiHealth.com. You can find all the links discussed in today's episode in the show notes. Thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow.